Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GD Warrior, and this is a new episode, a very special one. We are going to install my 110 big box kit on this bike, but in order to do that we have to strip it down. So everything you see right here will be off of the bike, including the exhaust, the valve covers, you know, the cylinder heads, the rockers. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna leave the bottom jacks on with the pistons in there, and everything else will be taken out because I will be bringing the bike to the shop who installed my cam kit back then, and I will let them assemble the pistons. So I make sure it's correctly. I have no clue how to do the pistons, and this is nothing I can just learn from YouTube, so I rather let it you know, let the masters do the work. And once this is done, I'll pick the bike back up and continue with the rebuild. Run. So I would say let's get right to it. But before we get started, there is a few things we gotta do first. I spoke to Nigel Patrick himself from Patrick Racing, and he basically told me to use a mineral oil you know, as the break-in period for the pistons. He also told me don't be too easy when you break it in. Hit it from time to time, you know, not constantly obviously, but he said that him and his friend, they both had the exact same bike, they both had the exact same upgrades, and you know, it was time to break them in. And the friend was taking it very slowly, very, you know, like a grandma, way too careful. And Nigel Patrick was you know, hitting it from time to time, and at the end the bike that was broken in a little bit more aggressively was the one where, you know, it was better performing at the end. And you know, they checked the pistons later on, and the pistons on the bike that was aggressively broken in were in much better shape than the ones that were broken in like a, you know, grandma or so. So I'm gonna do it just the way he told me to. I still have to figure out what mineral oil is good just to break it in, and once we have broken it in, I'm gonna put my Amsol oil back in there, and then we're good to go. So before we take it down, you have most likely a few more steps to do than I have. First of all, here for example, if you go and look on my left side, I have my left side cleanup done. There is nothing I have to take off. You most likely have to do that step, so make sure you take everything on the left side off, including the engine mount. That's the only piece I gotta take off. Right side, you're gonna have to take a bunch of stuff on the right side off. I'm going to have to take off the filters, the throttle bodies, you know, intake manifold, and then also if you have an LCV up front, you're gonna have to take that off too. So you know, make sure you take your coils off, your stock coils or your dyno coils if they are not on an Akita coil relocation plate. Take these off and take your LCV off as well. Okay, so let's do a regular you know, oil change. Basically we will just take out the oil, so there is no oil in the bike, so we can put later on the mineral oil in it, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So let's start with that first. Alright guys, so you have two 70mm nuts here. Alright, I loosened the nut, and now we can take off the oil plug. Alright, so this oil is draining, as you can see. Now let's move over to the front and drain the oil from the oil filter area. So on my bike, as you can see, I got the front chin spoiler, so I have to take it off, and it's fixated here with two zip ties, and then in the back, so let me take these off first. And that's it. Alright, now we have access right here to the oil filter and to the oil filter drain plug. So let me go on over to the other side. Alright, now that we're on the other side of the bike, let's take off the 17mm drain plug that is right here. This motherfucker wasn't tight. There we go. Put it somewhere safe so you don't lose your oil drain plug. So that part is draining. Now we can take off the filter as well. So get your favorite tool in there. This is an M soil filter, and it does not have the 17mm nut that the K&N filter has, but it's a really good filter. So let's see, that was easy. So let's take this one off as well. I don't know if you guys are able to tell this, but this seal and everything, it still looks like brand new. I might be able to reuse this one. Anyways, alright, so let's wait until everything is dry, and then we will go from there. But in the meantime, we can take off the exhaust and all that other crap. So let's get right to it. So let's take off the exhaust, guys. I would recommend to get yourself your wrench, your ratchet or whatever, a longer extension and a 12mm socket, and then with that we can take off these front nuts right here. I gotta put these in a safe place for sure, because I'm gonna need this for my brand new Graphio exhaust. Graphio, Ricky, I can't wait until I get my exhaust, brother, just in case you're watching this. Alright, we got our two nuts. Now it's time to attack the rear bolts and take these off. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, now it's time to take the exhaust off, and so we're gonna do this. Basically get it off of here, get it off of there, boom, it's done. BMS Choppers exhaust. It was good meeting you, you know, I love you so much, but you'll be replaced with a brand new handmade custom Graphio exhaust, yeah. Alright guys, so we are draining the oil as we speak. I'm just gonna let it run. Time to finish the video, and all I wanted to do is take the exhaust off first. Let me see, my gaskets are still in there. I wanted to take the exhaust off first and drain the oil before I start with our second part of the top end rebuild, and it's going to be taking off, you know, the throttle bodies, the intakes and everything else tomorrow. So I hope you guys tune in back. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am to you know, see how the whole installation goes. I don't think there is a 110 big boy installation video anywhere online, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. Also, I was thinking to powder coat my top covers, valve covers right here, because I got another set laying around from the parts bike, and I was thinking, what color should I paint the valve covers in? Red? Candy apple red? Tell me what you think. Give me some ideas, maybe something nice to know. I will also be able to just freaking powder coat maybe the push rod tubes together with these. I don't know, you tell me. So maybe we will paint these in a different color, or powder coat them in a different color. Alright, so I hope you guys like this video. Part 2 will be started tomorrow. And yeah, comment below, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and the bell button to get new notifications about my videos. And I would say, ride safe, don't fucking die, and I see you guys in the next one. It's your boy, GD Warrior.